Welcome, everybody, to the Shoot Brothers podcast, the one and only Shoot Brothers. I am Mike the Shoot Shepherd, joined by Cameron Brother Osborne.
I'm here.
Big week. The summer's winding down, but it's going out with a bang. It's going all out, and some UK action, but no Clash of Champions. That's a long way away. But
contrary to popular belief.
Yes.
Clash of Champions not until a couple weeks away, which is great, folks. We got a great show. We got a great show coming up. Of course, we have the all-out pay-per-view. We still have King of the Ring, and apparently we don't even have Clash of the Champions, which is great. We've got some trivia a little later on too, which is going to be a lot of fun. It always is. It always is.
The regulars are all here, folks. They got their favorite seat.
The regulars are all here, and the regulars are back. I think we should just kick off the show with something that we missed out on last week. That's come back in hot. It's the tweet of the week. The tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. We forgot. It's the tweet of the week. It was a forgotten title for a second, not vacated.
Yeah, we didn't forget. I remember.
You remembered. It was forgotten.
Not that I didn't do any of the work, but
it was forgotten. I think that's all it has to be said. It wasn't vacated. It was just held on to for another week. Of course, we're not vacating championships arbitrarily.
Yeah.
For no actual reason. But this week's tweet of the week champion goes back to now the longest or most ever reigned tweet of the week champion, 3-time champ Chris Jericho. Always good for a laugh on Twitter. Excalibur, of course, the masked announcement for AEW, posts something really nice where he says that, just over a year ago, I was asked to do All In, and now here we are. This is amazing. Saturday's going to be great. And Chris Jericho just simply responds with fuck off. And Chris Jericho, for that reason, you're going home. You're going home. The tweet of the week champ, and if you want to hear a hot take, you're going home AEW champ too.
A champ. He is calling it
champ.
The first
AEW champ.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. And with the and with All Out coming up this weekend, let's just hop right into it. Let's just hop right into some AEW previews. AEW. All Elite, they coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
Yeah. So I think right off the bat, you got to address the big news that, unfortunately, one of the most hyped matches of the show has to be a little tweaked because Jon Moxley is out. He is out of All Out due to injury.
He has the elbow infection, something similar to I think what he had when he missed a lot of time in his last run in WWE, I think.
Yeah, the kind of thing where a doctor pulls out a switchblade and he just drains the ooze out.
Yeah, oozes it out. I don't really know. Yeah, the extent of it. But
they should have used that for a spot in the match, man. Have Moxley pull out a blade and just
cut himself, cut his own ooze out.
Have Omega cut the ooze and then just start working a submission.
Okay,
it would be so grotesque. Yeah.
That's a good point. But yeah, it sucks because this was going to be the headlining. This was going to be the match of the night for a lot of people.
I was more hyped for this than any other match, like more than the championship, more than anything. So that's very unfortunate.
So shoot or work?
I think it's a shoot. I think it's real.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to go on the work meter again.
The Jon Moxley work meter is hotter than ever. Let me tell you. First we didn't think he'd be there. Now we still don't think he's going to be there because he's told us he's not until.
Well, I think he can make an appearance, but I don't think he's fighting.
Oh, okay.
I think he can get physical still. He could show up, throw some hands, and take a bump.
And that's the point of the shoot meter.
Okay. Well, that's.
Because sometimes it's cold and sometimes it's red hot. But instead of this, Kenny Omega. Jon Moxley match, we're getting Kenny Omega and Pac Neville, which we were supposed to get last time, right?
I think it was Pac versus Hangman.
You're right.
Or what? I don't know. I couldn't remember. Either way, we never got Pac, and now we're getting him in AEW, so this should still be an awesome match.
Yeah, still very good for different reasons. For all different reasons, which would be great. So yeah, let's just kick off that card right off the bat.
Yeah, with the buy-in, or are they calling it? They're still calling it the buy-in or the pre-show now? Or?
I'm not sure what they're calling it, but it's
Either
still
way,
a casino battle royale.
Yeah, we got that 21 women. There's always 21. The winner receives a match for the inaugural Women's Championship on the debut on TNT, October 2nd. So they announced about half the people so far. All the big names: Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Brandy's in there, some legends, Awesome Kong.
Now, this is only one of the 2 women's matches that are on the card at all. So I guess how are we going to determine the other person who gets the match for?
I don't know. Maybe the winner of that other women's match.
Oh, okay,
even though
that'd
they
be
haven't
cool.
officially said it, or maybe they've got some big hot free agent they're planning on bringing in that we don't know about yet.
That we don't even know about.
Yeah, Sasha Banks with green hair is going to come.
Sasha Banks with green hair. Yeah, that's who it's going to be. She's a different person.
Yeah, so that should be fun. You know, these casino battle royals are always a lot of fun. There'll be some surprises.
Mm-hmm.
The way they do it's always kind of, I forget what they bring them out in, like clumps of 5 and then 5, and then the last one comes out at the very end. And,
Yeah, 4 groups of 5 and then one more.
yeah. So we'll see. Maybe Eva Marie is a big surprise.
Cool. It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. We'll see.
We'll see. There's another match on the pre-show, a tag match. We have Private Party. We've taken on Jack Evans and Angelico.
Yeah, these guys have both kind of just been on most of the AEW shows now. Just solid work. People like them.
Was Private Party on any of the other podcasts? Oh, sorry, on any of the other pay-per-views?
I thought they were, but I know Angelico and Jack Evans definitely were. Yeah, so that's the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 matches so far announced, and then the most recently announced match at the bottom here, 6-man tag match. I was worried these guys weren't going to be on the card. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, and then Marco Stunt's there with them versus SoCal Uncensored. Yeah, everyone loves Luca, the boy and his dinosaurs. Is that what they call him? Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy.
And you got to get SoCal Uncensored on the show.
Yeah, Daniels and Kazarian.
So this will probably open the show.
Yeah, the crowd's gonna be hot. They're gonna love it.
Crowd's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
get a bunch of fun spots. Yeah, I just love it. Love Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy.
It's gonna be a good match. Let's keep moving up the card. What do we have next?
To that other women's match, Riho versus Sakari Shida. Just a singles match, but yeah, could have implications on that title shot down the line.
Riho is the one that dresses like a princess, right? Is that the one?
I think so.
She was on when at
There's
the
2 of them that I get mixed up. The one that, with like the big Aladdin pants.
Yeah, the big Aladdin pants. That's what I meant.
Yeah, and she's always nice and smiling.
Oh, and she's always nice and smiling.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then we got this triple threat match: Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc in a Cracker Barrel clash. Which, do you know what this means?
Like Cracker Barrel, like the cheese?
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe this was if you've been like the road to AEW or something. If you had been watching, because I'm not sure.
I have been watching, but no, I haven't heard anything specifically about Cracker Barrel. I know these 3 guys. They've been filming little like 30-second brawls of them.
Yeah,
like they'll just be somewhere and then suddenly start fighting, and then have to get broken up by strangers, and then I'm gonna maybe I hoping what's a Crackle Barrel crash? Are they just gonna clash?
Yeah. I'm guessing it'll just be some violent match. Get some weapons in there.
Will cheese be involved in any capacity?
They'll probably have some for like the Fighter Fest. They had the inflatable pool and all that shit. They'll have some sort of.
I hope we get some kind of cheese in some kind, or at least a barrel.
A giant wheel of cheese, and he just gets planted into it.
Yeah, or like rolls it down at him, and then it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheese wheel.
Jimmy Havoc does his coffin drop onto a big old pile of cheese.
Yeah, so that's something to stay tuned for, because we don't know exactly.
We don't know what that is. Like we could be totally wrong. It could be something completely different. How did you even?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's next, Mike?
But we know what we're probably going to get with this next match: Cody versus Shawn Spears. This is the one on the poster, so they're promoting this pretty big.
Yeah,
and
this is one of the posters. This is huge. Yeah,
I think this has potential to steal the show, like Cody versus Dustin did.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's just good. He's so good at drawing you in and having that emotional match. He's not like the flashiest, craziest wrestler, but he just does everything so well. And Shawn Spears, this is like his first big breakout singles match, pretty much ever on a pay-per-view.
Ever. Did he ever get that opportunity with WWE?
No, in NXT he had like a couple title shots here and there, but never as seriously taken as he is right now.
Never
character.
As serious as this one, right? And Cody's coming off, I guess, 2 straight wins, I think.
Did him and Dustin beat the Bucks? I can't remember.
No, the Bucks beat them. Okay, so never mind.
And then they didn't. And then he had a draw, I think, with Darby.
The draw. That's what it was. There was a draw.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think
either way,
I think Shawn Spears has to go over on this one.
Yeah, I think he'll do some dastardly shit. He had that vicious chair shot that started the whole angle.
Hopefully, there's another chair shot.
Yeah, maybe just Cody. If those staples are still in, just take them out before the match, and you can reopen that wound.
See, it's not blading if you already have staples in your skull.
Exactly.
You're just taking the staples out. It's not, it's not anything bad. And we are going to hit that point where we have like the 4 CEOs or whatever they are on the card. Like they can't all win.
Yeah.
They can't all win.
Cody's the kind of guy, he's like, like the fact that he hasn't won all these recent matches, but he's still just as good as he is, and he doesn't need them as much. His storytelling is great in the ring.
Oh, of course. And he even, that match with Darby Allin put Darby Allin over insanely.
Like we know, like Cody had him beat, but not quite.
Like this kid went from, at least for me, like who the hell is this? Who's this person?
Yeah.
To then totally. Shit, this guy could be a main event. This guy could be a main eventer.
Exactly, and that's what they're good at. Like so far on this, other guys like Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, we mentioned. Like I didn't have any idea who they were until the first couple times you see them. They just show up and they steal the show.
Just
like this Cody match could.
Speaking of stealing the show, we got a couple more tag matches though. We have a ladder match for that AAA tag team title. Lucha Bros, Young Bucks. This is round 3, 4, 5, 6 of them going at it.
Always good though. Always good wrestling, and a ladder match to spice things up. I guess the first ladder match in AEW history. So that'll be fun. We'll see some crazy shit.
That'll be fun. What's gonna go on here? Who's going over?
Well, because they're still gonna bring in their own tag team titles, so I think at the end of the day, I don't know. I think the Lucha Brothers might keep them because AAA is more their thing.
But I think, is it only a matter of time until the Lucha Bros are just, signed to AEW and that's that?
I think so, yeah. But then, once they bring in the AEW World Tag titles, I imagine they won't have these AAA ones around that often.
Right, they'd keep them off the show.
Yeah, New Japan still has so many titles, multiple. We'll see how it goes. Either way, that'll be a great match.
Okay, there you go. One more tag match coming up. We got the Best Friends taking on the Dark Order. This has the implications for that AEW World Tag Championship tournament.
Yeah, the winners will get a first round bye. So the first official match of the Dark Order. They've been doing all these pop-ups and attacks with their little
their minions.
Not the minions. They call them something else now. I forgot what it was.
Oh, they have a name for them?
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I imagine the Dark Order will probably get a big, strong win here. Make them look strong going into that tag tournament.
Yeah, they're really pushing these guys. These two teams just had a match at PWG 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
it's on PWG when they do their kind of highlight package they put on YouTube. You can get some if you're at all curious. You can get some highlights of these two teams.
They might have been working out some spots for this upcoming match. So.
Anytime Chuck Taylor's in the ring, something crazy is going to happen. Something crazy is going to happen. I'm a big Chuck Taylor guy. So, Best Friends, let's go.
Yeah,
Best Friends, let's go.
I think the Dark Order will beat them. But
so now the match that we want but didn't want, but we're happy we're getting, I guess, which is still going to be great. We have Kenny Omega and Pac. the formerly known as Neville. This is just going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some there's high flying spots.
You're just going to get a bunch of good wrestling here, a bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Pac's going to have something to prove, I think, because, I mean, he's been doing well in Dragon Gate, but this is the first, like, big stage he's been on since he left WWE, and, like, he was out. He was not on TV for, like, a whole year before he was gone, so it's been, like, a while since we've seen him, so.
And, who's going over in this one?
I think probably Kenny Omega, because Pac still isn't really officially with AEW, so I think they'll just let him put up a hell of a fight, but ultimately Omega will get the win, and because you got to imagine Kenny's going to be in the mix for that AEW World Title if he's.
You have to think at some point that they have to take one of these guys and turn them heel, whether it's Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Cody, or the Bucks. Like you have to eventually at one point you have to make someone do something sketch.
Yeah, I think Cody. He kind of started heel, and now he's babyface, so he's probably a bit away from that. But anybody,
it could be anybody. It could be
anywhere.
Kenny Omega's. You know.
Yeah.
We will see. Main event, what will probably be the main event. It's a singles match for the first ever, the inaugural, I should say, AEW World Championship. We have Adam Page. We have Chris Jericho. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a good match. And that title, that's a good-looking title. The Hangman, let's see. I don't know. I feel like Jericho's winning this one here. I think they want to have, he's kind of, to the outsider, he's still the biggest name, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
You're the one who's always talking about channel flipping, so if you channel flip and you're like, wait a minute, what's Chris Jericho doing on wrestling?
I'm always talking about flipping the channel and happening to stop on, programming. It's a good point. It's a good point.
I think he's going to be the top heel to beat, and then they're going to build up whoever the next, whether it's Kenny Omega or Cody, build up a challenger. But have Jericho carry that title for a bit so he can be on their TNT debut. But Hangman, he's going to put up a good fight. It's going to be a great match.
I also think Jericho's going over. It's a great way to start. Is to have some piece of shit. I think I'm better than you, dude. Rocking that thing.
That name?
Is there
can't go wrong with
pay-per-view they have scheduled for after this one?
Not officially, but I imagine definitely they'll be doing one before the end of the year, so probably
right,
November.
Something they might announce possibly on Saturday. Like, hey guys, we're also okay.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, by the time they'll get their show debuts in October, they'll probably want to have a couple weeks to build up a pay-per-view after that. So I'm saying November.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's going to be All Out. I'll be watching live Saturday.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nice.
Yes,
I'll be watching live as well. So
I'll be at work. I'll be at work, and it's an easy day. You ever have I already know my day is going to be easy.
Just going in. Yeah, that's perfect.
I know I can sit down with a computer, maybe a glass of wine.
Yeah, man. It's the long weekend. You deserve it.
It's the freaking weekend.
Baby,
I'm about to have me some fun. There's All Out, folks.
So.
Let us know what you think. Can't wait to watch the show. I can't wait to watch everything AEW does, because this is our last taste of them until October 2nd when the show officially goes on air.
Yeah, this is kind of like it all comes around. It's 1 year later. Though it wasn't officially AEW, it basically was back then. All Out. And
yes.
Here we are. It's real. It's legit.
It's legit now. It's happening. A revolution. All that stuff that Cody says when he thinks the show's off air, but it's not. Is that every time he gives a speech, he's always like, I don't know how much time we have left. It's like, there's the shit, dude. Cameras are still rolling, dog.
Yeah.
You are on.
That's going to be great.
But there you have it.
Gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Okay, folks, that was our AEW recap. I think it's about time that we get to our normal week of programming, which we always kick off with Monday Night Raw, live from somewhere.
New Orleans.
From Nolans?
It was in New Orleans.
It's
boss time.
We've got we're still going on King of the Ring. What else? Maybe we'll find out who killed Roman Reigns. We're still working on that. But we do kick off the show with Sasha Banks.
It's boss time.
But Michael Cole's got to stop saying that. Like, for heel Sasha, right? You have to change it.
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
He shouldn't be as excited. He should be like, "Oh, it's that bad boss."
It's like instead of proclaiming it's boss time, he should be like, "Oh,
instead of being, like
God
a little
damn it,
kid
it's boss time."
It's boss time. Yes, Sasha Banks. She comes out to open the show, and that blue is still looking good on her. I love that blue. We just kind of get a recap of all the mean stuff she's done to Natalya, and then we cut back to Sasha cutting a promo in the ring, and everyone wants to know where she's been and all that. And she was gone. She said nothing, but all she heard was Sasha Banks, Sasha Banks. Crowd's chanting for Becky. Sasha said she never cared about those women tag titles, and she did take her ball and go home and went on vacation with all her WrestleMania paycheck. So, I don't know. The promo was a little long-winded at the end, but Natalya comes out, her and Sasha brawl around, and then our boy Fit Finlay comes out to make the save, separate the women.
To make the save. I think like there was a point later on where a couple guys were fighting backstage, and I was thinking to myself, Fit, where are you?
And he's like, I only do the ladies.
2 fights in one night. You know what? Yeah, it felt a little long. This like pipe bomb-esque fucking promo.
Like the crowd didn't help. They weren't as into it as they should have.
Because Raw's been starting off hot for the past 3-4 weeks now, maybe even like a month. And this was the first time in a long time since probably the Baron Corbin days that we've had
like a long
ass promo to kick off the show.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. We're still building to that Clash Champions match, which is not this weekend. So there you go. We still have 2 weeks to fucking build it, I guess. We do have a King of the Ring matchup coming up next.
Yes, because it's the first round still. We can't have the finals this weekend.
Totally thought it was like 4th round of this thing. I'm all over the place. We have Ricochet. We have the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. Both guys who could really benefit from winning this tournament.
Yeah, this was one of the most like interesting first round matches because you could pick either of them. But
there was a time where I thought Drew would be winning the Royal Rumble. It was not too long ago.
Yeah, but one of them's going out tonight, and during his entrance, Drew McIntyre, he goes and he grabs the crown and the scepter, and he sits down on the throne, and
it looked so good.
It looked good, but you don't do that. It's
is that bad? Is bad juju?
It's bad juju. Yeah, you don't touch the Stanley Cup. You don't get to try on the green jacket before you win it.
It's a good point. It's very poignant of you.
Yeah, and we'll see how that plays out because. We go on to the match. Drew, he hits a big spine buster off the steps onto the side of the apron. Fucked up Ricochet's back. Drew was just kind of dominating early on. Ricochet fights back from underneath. At one point, Drew comes running at Ricochet, and Ricochet caught him midair, which got a big pop from the crowd. Mm-hmm. The little guy lifted him up like that. And then, he turned it into a Northern Lights suplex, and it just looked good. Eventually, Ricochet hits that recoil off the middle rope. Then he goes up to the top, hits the 630, and he pins Drew. So a huge win. Pretty amazing match. I liked it a lot.
Exactly. If you're gonna put together a tournament like this, you kind of need all the matches to be good. We need a pay-per-view quality bout in all of these matches, or else why did you put these people in the tournament? And this was exactly that, momentum keeps going strong for Ricochet. It stinks McIntyre had to get kicked out of the first round. But you know what? This was better than being like Shane McMahon's lackey. Yeah, for the last 4 months.
Like he still showed the crowd like, hey, still a good wrestler. Mm-hmm. Just don't forget about me. But yes, Ricochet does move on to the second round. He'll face Samoa Joe, so that should be another great matchup.
Another great matchup, yeah.
And like I said, that's what you get for touching the throne before you win, Drew. You bad juju.
Bad juju.
But then we do go backstage to an interview with Strowman and Rollins talking about their tag titles. And Strowman's just staring at
it. Still. I told you, man. I told you staring at it.
He's not even trying to hide it.
It's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah, and then they just get it out of the way. Braun's like, "Hey, man, who are you gonna let step up and challenge you?" And then Braun just challenges him right there. So Seth's like, "All right, I don't like it, but I'm not gonna back down.
I don't like it, but I'm gonna say yes."
Yeah, partner. So challenge accepted, partner.
I think you need to work on your Seth Rollins impression.
I was.
I don't know. That's more of a Dean Ambrose.
But more King of the Ring first round action here. We get The Miz versus Baron Corbin. Miz cuts a promo going over all his accomplishments. But one thing he doesn't have is the King of the Ring crown. But Corbin comes out. He's got his dress shirt, but he takes it off right as the bell rings, thankfully. So he's back to that undershirt, which looks so much better. So hopefully that the dress shirt's that's an entrance prop from now on. He just takes it.
Mm-hmm.
But this match was actually not as bad as a normal Corbin match. So,
it just wasn't the Ricochet Drew match that we just got,
exactly.
right? So it felt super lackluster.
Yeah,
I also felt like it was really quick. It felt rushed sometimes.
Miz hit a skull-crushing finale, and Corbin kicked out of it, which is kind of surprising. And then he hit the end of days shortly after for the win. So he moves on to face Cedric Alexander in round 2. But after the match, on his way up the ramp, Corbin goes over and he sits on the throne, puts on the crown. So, you just fucked yourself, bud.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see him do that.
Well, I mean, he's been Constable Corbin. He's been Manager Corbin. So King Corbin is really the next step, right? They have to put a fucking moniker in front of this guy's name.
Yeah. So he cuts a little promo with the crown on, and anyone but King Corbin, even Shelton Benjamin winning out of nowhere would be
even.
King Corbin. But so there you go. Corbin's moving on. We get some women's action up next. Bayley versus Nikki Cross. I guess Nikki's
Sans
mad
Bliss.
Yeah, she's mad about their table getting knocked over last week.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, the match was okay, but not too long. Bayley hits the big elbow drop off the top rope for the win. So, I like how multiple women on the roster have all these multiple finishers now.
Yeah, you need a
this
couple.
Is better than the Bayley to belly.
And the Bayley to belly is it's not a fun one either. Yeah, give her something, something new. Yeah, I guess this match put Bayley over. So there you go.
I don't know why Bayley needed to be here though. She's a SmackDown girl. Like why? I don't know.
Yeah, like you could have, in theory, put another women's match on there. Yeah. Or maybe because there's nothing at stake, so they need to.
Yeah, like what's this had to be about the table, because what else were they fighting for?
or just is there like a woman? There's no woman's mid card, right? So how do you just start that?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Dana Brooke and someone.
Yeah,
just go for it.
But yeah.
Anyways,
on to the turmoil, the 8-team tag team turmoil. Which is identical to a gauntlet match with a different name.
But it doesn't have the triple T, the alliteration. You can't say tag team gauntlet, TD, TTG.
Right. And I guess to be fair, the gauntlet matches have been very good lately, and they didn't want to tarnish the name.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
This was not your average gauntlet match. So.
So these are all the Raw tags being thrown in there for that. I don't know.
Well, you know who wasn't there? The Usos.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get to the arena in time. They got pulled over.
They got pulled over on their way to the arena.
But let's just get right into it. The Viking Raiders versus the B team. So, I mean, a very small step up for the Viking Raiders. But I mean, the B team are former
at least the B
champs,
team are a team.
And
people who we know. Viking Raiders go over right away. OC comes out next.
Yeah, so at first we're like, well, okay, we're going to get a first legitimate opponent for Viking Raiders. Mm-hmm. But we don't even get a match at all because both teams just fight each other with no order whatsoever. This is not a tornado tag, so you can only have one man on each team in the ring at a time for a certain amount of time. So the ref was within his rights here to DQ them.
He was within his rights as an official.
I want to say that. It's not enforced very often, but you do have to leave the ring at some point.
Yeah.
But, so he DQs them both, so that's their way of protecting them because they don't want the Viking Raiders to lose, and the OC's getting a push right now. So lame ending. Could have been a good match if they actually let them fight.
So then next we get this makeshift team of Ziggler and Rude, and then the Lucha House Party come out.
Yeah, so they needed an 8th team, so they threw together Dolph and Rude because they're both heels. So
why not?
Yeah, Grand Metalik gets a little bit of offense in here. He goes for a springboard elbow, but Ziggler super kicks him in the back of the head to pin him. So
for the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Next up,
moving on.
coming out is the Revival.
Yeah, so this was the first match to actually get a bit of time and actually let them do some wrestling. So wasn't too bad. Dawson hit a crazy looking brain buster on Ziggler. But Ziggler was not the legal man, so Rude comes in and plants Dawson with the glorious DDT for the pin. So this new team's working out. They're rolling.
He's rolling. You put two heels together. Good things happen, don't they?
Roll. Yeah, rolling right along. Rude and Ziggler versus Ryder and Hawkins. So you know what happens here. Hawkins and Ryder get a couple moves, but Ziggler hits a super kick on Ryder for the pin. So we get the final matchup. Rude and Ziggler versus Heavy Machinery. This is it. The winner of this gets a Raw tag title shot at Clash of the Champions.
Heavy Machinery. So I guess the tag teams are just kind of going back and forth now. It's like...
Yeah, because they were definitely on SmackDown before.
And the Revival, and they've been pulling some weight on SmackDown also, and which is odd.
Yeah, they've been Orton's buddies. But before the match could start, Dolph and Robert leave the ring and they call timeout. But Heavy Machinery just says, screw that, so they go after them anyways. Back and forth match for a while. But eventually Otis, he starts doing his Hulk up. The crowd loves it. They go, oh yeah! Renee, did you hear Renee getting a real hard on for Otis?
No, what'd she say?
One of my favorite things. So she's waiting for him to do the caterpillar. He's hyping it up. And then he's about to hit it. And she's like, come on, make Mama's dream come true.
Well, she has to sell it with Corey Graves not there.
And then Corey was there. Corey was there. After, he's like, that disturbed me. Don't ever say it again. So Otis hits it. And then all of a sudden, Corey turns into the Kool-Aid Man. He's like, oh, yeah. It was funny. They were high on commentary in this match. I loved it.
They were having fun, Nolan style.
Yeah. But eventually, Heavy Machinery, they go for the compactor, but Ziggler hits a super kick and zigzag to stop him. Rude hits a glorious DDT on Tucker to get the win for him and Ziggler. So this makeshift team performs very well here, and they get the title shot. So let's see where this goes.
The best competition to a non-existent team is another non-existent team?
Well, I mean, you got two-time world champion Dolph Ziggler, former NXT champion Robert Roode.
Okay. It seems weird. It's funny that two randoms took the belts off a legit team, and then two randoms just beat a bunch of other legit teams, so they can take on.
Ziggler's got 3 weeks here to grow a nice mustache to match Roode. I'd like to see
a blonde mustache
for partner. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a little weird, and Seth's gonna have to pull double duty at Clash of Champions, maybe. So we will see.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it all depends on the order of those matches as well, because there's many different ways they could go about it.
Because I guess him and Braun have to fight each other in one match, and then be on each other's team in the next match.
Yeah, so you would imagine that they would do the team up one first.
Okay.
I would imagine.
All right, they lose the titles there to some kind of fuckery.
I mean, because once they,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're I'm picking up what you're putting down. We have another match on Raw coming up next, though.
Yeah, the boss. It's boss time.
It's boss time. We have Natalya.
Banks.
We have Sasha Banks, a vengeful Natalya. going right after Sasha Banks, even before
sling.
the bell started.
Yeah, the sling is gone. She's got her arm all taped up this week. She goes right after Sasha. She hits some suplexes to the floor on the outside. And then a huge release German suplex as Sasha does a Kota Ibushi impression, just kind of landing real high
on her
up
neck.
on the neck.
My best Kota Ibushi impression
so
is just falling on my neck.
She's like a 3-year-old or like a kitten. You just throw her and she just lands.
Just lands somewhere.
Because she's so soft. Sasha fights back, though. She targets that injured arm. She throws her into the ring post multiple times. This was a good match. Good to see Sasha back in the ring. She hits that backstabber into the bank statement, and then uses Natty's own injured arm to lock it in even more, forcing her to tap out.
That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, so good match. The boss looked good here. Natty's in that role. She can just put people over now, and she's always a good hand.
Always a good hand. Yeah. So, getting a lot of heat for Sasha Banks' new attitude, leading to our impending showdown.
Yes. Blue versus red.
Blue versus red. The English and the French. A battle as old as time itself.
Yes.
Move on to another match. We have 2 more matches, I think, going on down here.
Yep.
We have Cedric Alexander.
Yes.
We have Cesaro.
Yeah, this was another good match. Cesaro just using his strength to toss Cedric all around, but Cedric's using that athleticism to counter him, and he ends up reversing an ankle lock and hits the lumbar check to get the win.
These 2 guys have subtly and very quietly become the best in-ring performers on Monday nights. These 2 guys keep getting these small shots that are fantastic every single time. I mean, everything Cesaro's going to do is great. Cedric Alexander is proving himself to be that dude.
Yeah. And like I was saying last week, they're slowly making these 205 Live promoted guys get good pushes. Cedric's looking good. Buddy's looking good. Ali's looking
Or maybe
good.
they need to heat us up before the main event, because we're going to get a slow-ass Braun Strowman match.
But it's a championship.
But it's a championship match, I guess. We have Braun Strowman. We have AJ Styles. AJ Styles, the United States champion.
Yeah, so this has implications. If Strowman were to win this title, we could have potentially 3 matches.
Yeah.
And I would...
And 2 champs.
Seth were to challenge Strowman for the U.S. title, then 3... Yeah,
that'd be too much. That's too much,
it'd be crazy. But AJ versus Braun, the OC is not at ringside. We did have a pretty even fight despite the size disadvantage here. Eventually, Styles knocks Strowman into the referee, so he's taken out. So AJ gouges Braun's eyes, kicks him in the balls, and then he grabs a chair, starts nailing him with that. Goes for another shot, but Strowman power slams him. Goes for the pin, but the ref's still out. So the OC come running down. They attack Braun. He fights back, starts beating them up with the chair. AJ Styles gets up, and then he sees the ref coming too, so he just falls back down and plays dead. And Braun still just holding the chair like
classic.
Yeah, classic Eddie Guerrero move. So Braun's just like a dummy. He just keeps holding onto the chair, and then the ref gets up and he assumes Braun hit AJ with the chair.
Naturally,
and he even says, "I heard it, Braun. I heard it." He heard the smack.
He didn't
see it, but he heard it. So I mean, in the NHL, if the referee just hears a man fall down, he can call any penalty he wants.
That's exactly how it works.
I heard it.
I heard the penalty, guys.
So the ref rings the bell. That's the DQ. Braun says, "This is bullshit," which was picked up uncensored on the mic. I heard him say bullshit.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Folks at
home, they're swearing, baby. Chris Jericho did this a couple years ago also, and it was very comical when he did it against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it's a spot that, it works. Both heels and baby faces have done it. But everyone, you don't see it too often, so it's fun. It's fun. And afterwards, AJ.
Yeah, did Braun really have to go through the entire OC to stand tall at the end of the night?
Yeah, I mean, AJ, he's laughing at him, and then Strowman just beats him up with some more chairs, and then the rest of the OC power slams them all. And
it's
that's
funny.
what they
it's funny when something like this happens, because I always find myself wondering, why there's no real heels who pose real threats on Raw. And then this happens, and I'm like, oh, okay. I sort of feel like that's why. Because even without Seth, there's backup. Braun is able to just run through some of our top heels.
Well, he's big.
And then
look at that beef. That goddamn beef.
So much beef. So much beef. I just want to see, I want to see these heels start, I want them to be dangerous motherfuckers.
Well, we all know at the end of the day, does Strowman ever really win?
Exactly. So why are we burying the OC in the process?
We're not. He's still got his U.S. title. He's the winner here.
Oh yeah, there's still AJ. I'm looking out for those other 2 gents.
Yeah, well, they'll get their tag titles back.
They'll get their shot.
Maybe against Rude and Ziggler.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Monday Night Raw.
That's the Raw, the not go home show.
That was the not go home show for not Clash of Champions, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and I think when we return, we have some trivia for you.
Yes, let's.
We've got some SmackDown for you. And we got a wrestler of the
Yes.
week for you.
Yeah.
So let's take a break, and we'll
Maybe
be right back.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, brother, yeah.
And we back for the second half of the show. You know, the peanut butter to our jelly.
Yes, the volume 2 to our volume 1.
The volume 2 to our volume 1. Very well put, Mike. You know how the volume 2 always starts. It starts with a little bit of trivia.
Trivia. Woo. Trivia.
Mike, I've got a question for you. You've got questions for me. How many you got?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
It's like, well, I guess it's like one thing. They're all the same thing, so I guess there's 8 things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds real confusing. So how about you just go first?
That's all. Yeah.
Let's-
It's very simple as what it is.
Okay, let's go.
So basically, a lot of wrestlers these days are having their names shortened and chopped up, you know, like Andrade, among others. So I'm going to give you the names, and you tell me what they were, or like what's, you know,
Cool.
what was missing, things like that.
Yeah.
So let's start off with an old one. Triple H. He lost a lot of letters.
Lost a lot of letters. I guess he would have been Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
There you go. There's a quick. That's a starter.
It's a starter. I feel
just do
I get
that.
a feeling like they're going to be progressively harder.
They might.
They might be.
Here's the next one. Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio had his name shortened
Yes.
from something, and that's the answer you want.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to go on a limb and say Raymond Mysterio.
No. Fuck. It was Rey Mysterio Jr.
Junior?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a
In
junior.
WCW, he was always known as Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh, okay.
And then Vince took it away. He's like, you already look small enough. We don't need Junior in there.
Who's
His father was the great Rey Mysterio. And, yeah.
Okay, shit, there you go.
So there you go.
Okay.
You want me to give you another one?
Let's keep rolling.
Okay. Big E.
Big E. He
Yeah.
had a last name attached. Big E Langston.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Let me give you one more so we're at the halfway point.
Okay, cool.
All right. Cesaro.
Oh shit. His name was something else. Wasn't it like Antonio Cesaro?
That is correct.
He also has another name that's super long. That's like Claudio something
Claudio,
something.
Yeah. Yeah, his indie name. Something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyways, there you go. You're doing well.
I'm doing well. Mike, I have 5 questions for you, and maybe I'm going to give you 3 and then 2.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. So, PWI just released their top 500 wrestlers of 2019. Have you seen the list?
The only one I know is number 1, just because I saw the headline.
Okay, so I have 4 questions for you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So the less I know, the more
yeah,
fair.
I'm gonna give you a clue, and you have to guess who they are 5 through 1.
What, so one of the questions was who's number 1?
Well, that was going to be the final question. Yeah.
Okay, Seth Rollins. Let me just throw it out.
There you go. Well, now you're getting 4 questions, so you got to know 5 through 2, the real, and you get 1 clue per person.
Okay.
Okay, so number 5 is the longest ever reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
I guess say Okada.
Kazuchika Okada. He is both all-time and individual reigns. He has the most.
Yeah, he's the
Okay, number 4. Number 4 on PWI's list of top 500 always impresses during the Royal Rumble.
That's got to be Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Mania, baby, was running wild. Number 3. Okay, no, I already gave you 2, and I'll give you the 2 next.
Okay.
So you're 2
Okay.
for 2.
All right. Here's your final 4 names. We haven't seen him in a while. Rusev.
I think it was Alexander Rusev.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yes, all these first names they had in NXT, and then they
That's
just
losing
chopped
them. Yeah, it's weird.
up. Yes. All right. Speaking of NXT, another
Okay.
former champion. He's not there anymore. Neville.
Neville. Did Neville have his name shortened? Did it have it extended? I know he had like another character. Was that like character when he didn't have a beard? When
He was the same man, same.
I really don't know. I'm gonna say he had a first name or a last name. I'm gonna say, nothing. It's gonna be a first name though. I feel like it's gonna be a first name.
Yeah, there was a first name, Adrian Neville.
Adrian Neville. I feel like I've heard that.
A lot of
I feel like
A's.
I've heard that before.
Yeah,
Definitely.
He used it for a bit, and then they called him up and they took away the Adrian.
There we go.
All right, here's the next. Our first female.
Okay.
Ruby Riott.
Well, didn't they add a T?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was that
a trick
it?
question.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
I was trying to throw a reversal in there. They added a T for copyright reasons because, the Riot with 2 trademarks, or 2 T's, is a lot easier to trademark.
Really? Why's that?
I guess Ruby Riott or just Riot Squad or something was already.
Okay.
Riot Squad seems like it's popular enough.
It seems
to be
like there's
something.
like a band called the Riot
Yeah.
Squad or something.
But not with 2 T's.
Not with 2
You can have
T's.
that. All right, the final.
Riot
Final
Squad
name.
E-Liquid. There you go. Vape juices.
Final name here. This one I'm glad he dropped the name. I think this works better. We've got Elias.
Shit. He had a fucking last name. He did. Oh my god. And it's and he came in with it, and they took it off a couple weeks later, and it starts with an S. And it's fuck. I definitely remember this though too. I want to say
I knew you'd be.
Elias. Is it like Elias Simpson? No,
Very
that sounds
close.
bad. But like,
You're very close. You're very close.
I'm very close. What was it?
Samson.
Ah, it's so close. I was so
Yeah.
close. I do remember that though.
Yeah, no, he for a couple weeks on his Elias Sampson.
Elias,
Just shortened time.
Elias Sampson. Yeah. Oh shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Elias Sampson.
That's-
Blah.
There you go, though. You got like most of those, 6 out of 8, I think.
Yeah, that was not bad. That was pretty close.
Yeah, but that's I literally went through the whole roster on WWE.com. That's all the names I could, other than Andrade and Ali, because I thought those were too recent to be.
Weird.
But yeah, so we may or may not see that game again.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, we might
Anyways.
not, or it might be a couple years until
Depends. Yeah.
we do. Okay, Mike, you have 2 final questions for PWI's Top 500. We're looking for number 3 right now. He's a former Bullet Club member with championships everywhere. And that's the hint.
Okay. AJ Styles.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
The
Number
phenomenal
3.
AJ Styles.
Number 3. He's always kicking. He's been in the top 5 for the last 6 years on that
yeah.
list.
He's one of the best.
And finally, number 2. This guy's so good that the Wrestling Observer newsletter actually changed the award name for him. He is so good.
Becky Lynch.
He is so good.
I know. I thought you were going with the whole the man angle.
thing.
I thought you were
No,
trying to mind.
the PWI women's list, that's a separate list. They
Okay,
do
okay,
okay, no,
so
that is a
wasn't-
separate.
okay.
Yeah.
I really was going with the trick question angle. There.
No.
Okay,
Women
sorry.
have their own.
Let me
they
listen
have
to the
their
hint
own,
properly again. Say the hint again.
They have
sorry.
their own. Okay, this guy's so good that the Wrestling Observer Newsletters Awards, they renamed it after him.
Ah, okay. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryanson.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, the which was formerly known as the Best Technical Wrestler Award was changed to
Yeah.
the Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, I
Did
think.
he win it like 10 years in a row? or
9
something?
years in a row.
9 years in a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
And,
All right.
right now, Zack Sabre Jr.'s won it 5 years in a row. So, shit's popping.
ZSG,
ZSG.
or J.
Let's kick off, folks. That was our trivia. Hope you really liked it. We're ready to move on to the blue brand. That's right. SmackDown Live.
Baby.
from somewhere. We have more King of the Ring
New
action.
Orleans.
Who killed Roman Reigns? It's all very exciting. We actually kick off the show with a Kofi Kingston promo, which is weird. It was weird that we had 2 back-to-back shows of promo starting because we haven't had that in a couple months.
Well, there was a quick cold opening of Roman Reigns arriving.
Oh, okay. Okay, cold opening of Roman Reigns walking.
But we got nothing out of it. He's like, I'll save it for the ring, and then it took him 2 hours to get to the ring.
So Kofi's in there talking about what's gonna go on at Clash of Champions, and then eventually Randy Orton pops up on the Titantron. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Reading a letter that he got from a fan.
Stupid. He said it like 6 times.
He said it like 6 times. So he's reading this
They're really
letter that he got
pushing
from a fan that he read that like was slid under his door. That said, stop hurting Kofi Kingston. He didn't do anything. Blah blah blah. Please
you're a
stop
big
hurting
meanie.
my dad. That's right.
Yeah,
Kofi
he isn't just my
Kingston's
hero.
son.
He's my daddy.
Kofi Kingston's son.
Kai
Plopped this.
Kai Kingston wrote this.
Plopped this letter under Randy Orton's hotel room door.
How did he know what room he was staying in? Was he just watching, or he saw the maid bringing a bunch of clean sweater back?
A bunch of clean sleeveless hoodies. And he's like, oh, that must be Randy Orton's room. So Randy Orton was like, shit, I didn't know that your family was staying in the same. Also, why is he traveling with his family? Which is a whole other thing. But
it's summer
so he's
vacation.
saying,
He doesn't see them a lot.
So he's saying, if I know where your kid is, if I know where your family's just here in this hotel, I might as well just pay him a visit right now.
Yeah, is he basically threatening to RKO a little child?
Yes. So of course Kofi runs backstage and confronts Randy Orton. The two fight. Backstage, Fit Finley's not even close to breaking him up.
No, Orton hits that big hanging DDT onto the ground, and then he calls Kofi stupid a couple more times.
Yeah.
We need to get a T-shirt of that. He needs to get a T-shirt that just says stupid on it.
Or
bring back the old "I'm with stupid"
I'm
with
with
the arrow
stupid,
pointing.
just pointing at
The classic.
Yeah.
All right.
This story could go too far, but it feels right now.
Yeah, they needed to do something to elevate it because we got that bad finich, and we want they're getting the rematch.
They are getting the rematch.
But we get another one of the last first round King of the Ring matches here. Ali versus Buddy Murphy.
Again,
right
two
away.
guys that we all want to win stuff.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a good match. We got lots of back and forth, high flying action. Both guys proving they belong on the main roster here. Crowd was responding to them. Ali hits an awesome super kick into that reverse hurricanrana, which Buddy sells like death. Just looks like he lands right on his head.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There was another cool. Eventually, Ali hit this crazy lucha maneuver, twisting, and ended up into a DDT onto Buddy. And then he climbs up, hits the 450 splash, gets the win. So Ali moves on to face Elias in the second round. But another great showing for Buddy. 3 weeks in a row of good wrestling.
3 weeks in a row, and it sort of seems like we're now 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row of the best SmackDown match involving a 205 liver.
Yeah,
in some
the
kind of way. We had that Daniel Bryan match, on Buddy Murphy, the Roman Reigns match. Now this sort of seems like our best talent came straight from 205 Live.
And the crowd's not treating it like a 205 Live match. Like, they're into it. They're chanting Buddy's name, and they're getting hot for all the big spots. And yeah, it's good. More of this is what we want to see from the Cruiserweights.
And this is great. Ali can get the win, and Buddy Murphy can still be in the Who Killed Roman Reigns saga.
Yeah, I could even see it going if it leads down to a tag match, Rowan and Daniel Bryan versus Buddy and Roman Reigns. Give Buddy that big rub.
Why not throw together more tag teams, right?
Just a one-off for this.
Next up is I think we're getting a very special episode of Miz TV.
Well, first we get Bayley hanging out backstage, looking at her title. When Ember Moon shows up, she says, I lost, but next time I'll get you. And then Lacey Evans shows up. So I was
first time in
we
a
haven't seen her in
while,
long
yeah.
time. So unlike Corbin, I missed her. So it's been a long month or two without her. She's just here, same thing. She wants to raise the standards of the division. Bayley's bringing it down. So we'll see.
So
we'll
we'll see what comes of that.
We'll see. Yeah. And then we do get that Miz TV program you were talking about.
I love Miz TV. It can't miss television. You know, this is the Miz we're talking about here. This is Mike the Miz. This is a man. This is a man who built up the IC championship, right? Making.
I mean, look at his wife. He's doing well.
Exactly. Look at his wife and his life. He's doing quite well for himself.
He's got a television show about his fucking wife and life
and kids.
And child.
Miz doesn't like the way that Shinsuke's been acting with his title. I mean, like, Miz made that title relevant again.
Yeah, Miz is one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time.
Of course, you know. So I think what he's doing, he's calling out Sami Zayn and Shinsuke. He wants to challenge for that IC title at Clash of Champions.
Yeah. Sammy comes out, he gives his rebuttal, he just insults the Miz. So Miz jumps out of the ring to go after him, but from behind, Nakamura attacks him. And then Sammy just eggs him on. He's like, yeah, get him.
Get him, beats him up some more. Kinshasa! Yeah. I actually really like Sami Zayn in this role.
Yeah, I think Nakamura, he's much better with a mouthpiece like this, and Sammy's a good talker. So
also, that has to be the dream for a wrestler coming back off an injury, right? Like, okay, you still get to do your job, but you don't have to take a bump. Be like, oh, shit, really? Okay, great. I love my job now because I don't have to take bumps.
Yeah. They were just gonna make him lose every week anyway.
Exactly.
So let him cool off and refresh his batteries, and we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Let's keep this title relevant by bringing the Miz back into the fold. Nakamura can still get the win and keep going strong. It's possible.
Oh yeah.
I think we're getting that women's action next.
Yep, Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Lacey's back, baby.
Lacey's back on the blue brand. In the match, though, we have the Queen Charlotte Flair. She just comes out just to keep an eye on things.
Yeah. So that allows Lacey to gain control for a little bit. She hits her picture-perfect moonsault later on. But Bayley fights back, hits the belly to belly. But Lacey gets her hand on the rope, so she gets out for that little bit. But shortly after, Bayley hits a big elbow drop for the 3 count. Poor Lacey.
Poor Lacey. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
there was a couple little botches there. It wasn't the best, but I always just love seeing Lacey, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I think we need more women being booked like Lacey Evans so we can see what they can do.
Yeah.
Right? We can't keep throwing Lacey into the spot. But it's nice. It's nice to see her again, though. I think we have the Rand Man in action.
Yeah, Randy Orton versus Big E. Big E's real pissed off and aggressive because of that attack earlier, so he's all over him. No pancake shit right now. But Orton fights back. Near the end, Big E's firing up, and then the Revival comes out. They try to get involved. They hit Big E from behind while the ref's not looking. That allows Orton to hit the RKO, get the win. And then after the match, they do exactly what you and I predicted last week, where the Revival lift Big E up into the Shatter Machine
into RKO?
Yeah.
Called it.
They hit it, but then Michael Cole's like, Super RKO!
Yeah, I think he called it an assisted RKO. I was like,
or something,
it's the RKO.
Like,
it's
no,
the RKO machine.
Yeah, ours is better, Michael.
Or it's the FTRKO. I think it's either. It has to be one of those. Yeah, the FTRKO.
Fuck the RKO. Yeah, but either way, the move looked awesome. The move looked awesome, and I like this pairing. We got to get those guys a pair of hooded sweaters.
Yeah, the Revival will do fucking anything. They don't care.
Yeah, they all match and they all buddies.
Exactly. It's fine.
That was fun. Yeah. And then we do get Elias Sampson. He's out next.
Elias Sampson.
And he's sitting on the king's throne. He's wearing the crown, so he just jinxed himself. I told you. We'll see. He cuts a promo and he calls the crowd of Louisiana a bunch of swamp people. And then this was some good camera work here because I didn't see Kevin Owens. He was right behind the throne. And he just pops out from behind. And, attacks Elias, beats him up. But the fool doesn't try to pin him to win that prestigious 24/7 title.
He doesn't give a shit.
Kevin's above that.
Oh, yeah.
So Truth sneaks in with a referee and covers him. But then Drake Maverick pulls him off at the 2 count. And then Maverick runs in, covers Elias, gets the pin. New champion. He runs around celebrating and he escapes with the title.
We're back. 24/7 title is back.
Yeah, back around the waist of Maverick.
So excited. I'm so excited. It's my favorite title. We'll
see the return of Renee, too, I guess.
It's a good point. You never know. We do have King of the Ring action coming up, and we have more of it. We have Chad.
The final first round.
First round match. That's right. We have Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin. They were chatting a bit just before, about how it's all, how it's all going to go down in a little pre-match interview.
Yeah. Shelton's making a bunch of short jokes in the weeks leading up to it. That was the big storyline build. You're short.
But match comes out, and Chad Gable is just firing right away. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited. He's one of the most underutilized guys. He could be the next Buddy Murphy, the best kept secret kind of thing.
That's what we said. That's what we've said before.
Yeah. So, this was a good match. It was pretty short, but just lots of quick work. Gable hits a huge German suplex on Shelton that had that high neck landing like Kota Ibushi.
Love it.
Short match, but fun for the time they gave him. The finish comes around when Gable rolls through a powerbomb attempt from Shelton, hits that sunset flip into a pin. So Gable is moving on to the quarterfinals to face Andrade, and I can't wait for that.
Cannot wait for that match either.
Yeah, so that'll be good. Good to see Gable get a win.
Main event time, as it were. Who killed Roman Reigns? He came out earlier, said he's going to tell us some shit. Big Dog comes down to the ring, and he shows us a video of Rowan causing the first incident.
See, yeah, so we
or
see
the
a hooded
person
man
who
with
looks
the red
like
beard.
the person who they said they saw.
That's what I'm wondering. What happened to that guy? Where was he this week? He wasn't there.
And then Daniel Bryan just starts slapping the shit out of Eric Rowan, calling him a liar. He's like, you lied to me.
Yeah, like, what did you
lied
do?
to me. What did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I hate liars. My father was a liar.
And he comes stomping down to the ring, telling us about how much he hates liars.
Yeah.
He lied to me. I don't believe it. He lied to me,
Bryan
and then
doesn't know anything.
He gets speared to home.
Yeah, that's not right. What if Bryan's telling the truth? There's a mixed reaction to the spear from the crowd.
Yeah, this was a weird one. This sort of like, we've been kind of going strong on this last couple, in this little thing, but
yeah, it wasn't the hot streak wasn't quite met here.
No, it really wasn't.
No big cliffhanger. No follow up to that second dude. Like, how did they establish that guy in the video was Rowan and not the second dude?
See, I still, man, if they would have done the exact same angle as last week, but then the hooded man was somebody who looked like Buddy Murphy, I'm like, okay, shit, there's someone's hiring a bunch of lookalikes.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been hilarious.
We didn't get the cliffhanger this week. We just got a spear.
But we're going somewhere else with it, and WWE is really treating this like it's our biggest angle right now. And I don't really know where we're going, but I'm excited. Hopefully we can kind of get back on track.
Yeah, it's not ruined or anything,
Not at
but
all.
just a little. I guess it's like, sometimes in TV shows, sometimes they have those episodes where they just gotta drag the story out.
Right.
Next week.
I get it. And there you have it, folks. That was your SmackDown Live. Hopefully we'll find Roman Reigns' murderer another time.
And we got the second round of King of the Ring coming
next
up.
week. It's all real
week.
exciting. Mike, did you want to before we kick off or before we end the show, did you want to run over this quick UK? Do you have any highlights of this?
Yeah, well, yeah. Even before that, I actually watched this week's NXT episode.
Okay.
And there's a couple things to talk about because it was amazing.
Okay.
A couple quick things. One match worth checking out: Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic. I forget how to pronounce it.
Okay.
They had a fucking amazing match. These two super heavyweights. They did the Spanish fly off the top rope that made the crowd lose their minds because that's like 700 pounds.
Jesus.
They both got a standing ovation after the match, so I would watch it if I was you.
Okay.
And then Shayna Baszler came out to cut a promo and was interrupted by Rhea Ripley.
There we go. There's something.
So that's what I'm
That's
talking
what we've been
about.
waiting
So
for.
Shayna goes to say something and Rhea just grabs the mic out of her hand. She's like, I know what you're going to say. You've beaten everyone already, but you haven't beaten me, bitch. So we got the big bitch. Once the bitch bomb has been
Bitch
laid.
bomb.
So I would love to see Ripley be the challenger and take that title off Shayna. This is what we want. And then the main event was the Street Profits defending the NXT tag titles against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
And we got another great match from these teams. Definitely worth watching.
Awesome.
Except this time, they got the finish that we wanted to see at Toronto.
No shit.
Undisputed Era won.
Hey.
They won the titles, making Kyle O'Reilly the first man in NXT history to be a three-time tag champion.
Wow.
So at the end of the show, they're all on the stage. Roddy Strong's there, but he doesn't have the title, so all that's left is for him to get that North American belt off the Dream.
All is left.
So it was a big episode of NXT this week. Lots of good shit.
Man, it sounds awesome. Sounds awesome.
But yeah, I don't know why they couldn't give us that finish in Toronto. Just that title change. We still saw a
Who
great
knows?
match.
Who knows?
Anyways, just wanted to say all that real quick.
Yeah.
But then this weekend we do have NXT Takeover UK Cardiff, the second over Takeover UK.
Okay.
Quick, all the matches. We got Travis Banks versus Noam Dar. We'll see what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Mastiff versus Joe Coffey in a last man standing match. That'll just be your big man, weapons, tables, all that shit. Triple threat match for the NXT UK tag titles. The champions, Zach Gibson and James Drake versus Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. And then Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. See how that goes? Some of those guys, not quite sure who.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of them either. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Women's UK Championship, we got Toni Storm defending against Kaylee Ray. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Isn't there also a Kylie Ray?
There's Smiley Kylie Ray in AEW.
So those two are, yeah. And then what I'm assuming might be the main event here, we got the champion Walter
Who's he taking on?
versus Tyler Bate. So
shit.
big size difference there. I think Walter will hang on to the title here.
Size differences can be great.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So so some unknowns on that card, but I'm going to watch it. I'll give everything a chance.
For sure.
Should be fun. And that takes place 2 p.m. on Saturday, so I'm not going to watch it live, but if someone really wanted to, they could have a big day of wrestling. That leads you right into
leads you right into All In. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That's your NXT Takeover Cardiff. So be sure to pay attention.
Yeah, Cardiff, UK. So it's nice to see that they're still
going.
Still showing love for that brand.
We only have time for one more segment on the show. That's something that we do every single week. It is the Wrestler of the Week.
It's the Wrestler of the Week, of the week. Wrestler of the Week, of the week, of the week. The Wrestler of the Week, of the week, of the week. The Wrestler of the Week, of the week, of the week. The Wrestler of the Week.
Mike, we had 4 King of the Ring matches. I got to say, personally, mine comes from one of those.
Yeah, I was almost going to give it. Mine might be a bit of a surprise, but
Mike,
we'll
who do you got?
All right. So that match from NXT this week, Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. And that's his name, Dijakovic. I'm giving it to him. He really impressed
Dominic
me.
Dijakovic.
Yeah. Have you heard of him?
Never heard of him.
Have you seen him? Yeah, I think I had seen the name once, but I hadn't really seen him. Keith Lee's obviously very impressive on NXT. So at least watch a highlight of this match. Watch the Spanish Fly Spot if you've seen it or not. There's some crazy shit.
I'll have to check this one out.
Yeah, so he's my wrestler of the week. He put himself on the map for me.
Way to go.
Dominic Dijakovic.
Way to go, Dominic Dijakovic. Mike, this is unprecedented in Wrestler of the Week history. For 2 weeks in a row, Buddy Murphy is my Wrestler of the Week. Man, I love it when dudes lose and make it look so damn
Still look
good.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy, he's on a roll right now, and I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. Or at least I hope not.
The Buddy Murphy train is rolling, and let me tell you, I'm on it.
Toot, toot.
Choo-choo, baby. Choo-choo, baby. Okay.
Choo-choo.
Mike, I think that's all the time we have for everything this week.
That's all we need.
That's all we need, folks. You know what to do. You can rate, review, like, and subscribe to the show on all the things. The Apple Musics, the Spotifys, the Google Plays, the YouTubes of the world. We're all out here.
We'll come back for a review next week
Yeah.
if you do that.
Yeah, be sure to stick around because next week we got reviews. Who done it?
Who done it?
And we're still hopefully 3 weeks away for Clash of Champions, so it's going to be a great time.
Yes, a Labor Day weekend.
The Labor Day weekend. Everybody stay safe out there. Mike, you too. You got to stay safe.
Yes, get drunk, drive home.
Exactly. Wait, other way around. Other way around, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Shoot.